This Stanley Cup Final edition of the Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Edge Boost, the bank account built for bettors. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN and get a free Refs or Terrace t-shirt. Claim your shirt at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/refs. Hello and welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. I'm your host, Ryan Gilbert. Joining me, as usual, is my co-host, Joel Meyer. How are we doing today, Joel?
Fairly well. Nothing much has happened since we last recorded Monday night. Totally sports deprived day on Tuesday. Absolutely nothing going on. Grass tennis, I guess, in the afternoon, but nothing else of interest to me. Blue Jays are apparently doing well. I heard that a lot, but on the sports front, nothing going on. So I've been watching the all the Jurassic Park films. I'm getting into that. I know it's just popcorn shit. Like the only really good one was the first one back in '93, but the other ones are kind of entertaining for what they are. Just like mindless action films with a lot of bad CGI and terrible acting, but I'm still enjoying it. I enjoy any kind of like apocalyptic themes, and dinosaurs just destroying humanity is certainly an apocalyptic theme. So I'm getting it behind that, even though, yeah, they're not great films, but it's just mindless entertainment. I'm saving the best shows till after the finals are over, when I'll get to finally watch the White Lotus, Yellow Jackets season 3. Looking forward to that. What else have I not seen yet? There's another one. Oh, The Last of Us. I haven't seen the second season yet. I hear that's pretty good. So looking forward to watching shows after these finals are done. And of course, with only CFL going on at night for the next couple months, it's going to be TV central for me.
Yeah, it's been, no sports. I mean, baseball we got going on and stuff, but today really felt like it should have been game 4. I mean, still down there in Florida. No need to have 2 days off in the same city, but I guess, NBA is going tonight, so they didn't want to go up against NBA. So 2 days off, I guess, is good. Teams to reset, make sure they're as healthy as possible.
I don't mind the break, to be honest.
No?
let them have a rest. No, maybe I'm a bit contrarian in that, but I do like that they have a little bit more of a rest, because it creates more suspense. It creates more rest opportunities for these players who are all super banged up, and it creates more quality hockey, I think. I know people are ADD. They need the games on again, but I'm okay. Just like they're already going to June 20th anyway. What would a few more days matter? So I don't really have a problem with it. It just creates opportunity for 2 shows between games as well.
Exactly. Look at you. Who else is doing that? Check out the make sure you subscribe. Hockey Gambling Podcast, YouTube, Apple, Spotify. Like and comment. We appreciate all of that. Helps us the show grow there. But yeah, it is better. But I want it now, Joel. And there's only 1 day off between going from game 4 in Florida to game 5 in Edmonton. Like, make that the 2 days off and have the 1 day off in the same city. But I guess they wanted the big Saturday night game, Panthers Oilers, because I was on the flagship show last night. Now, while I was waiting to go on, they were discussing the TV ratings of the NBA Finals compared to like other like Sopranos and whatnot. NBA Finals, I think like 8 million, they said, but then I saw today Stanley Cup Final is like 2 million, which is
kind of more the usual ratio.
No, I think they were higher last year, but that's because it was on national TV on ABC, and now they're on TNT. So, but it's hockey. It's fine. Like I know you're very much. I don't want to grow the sport. Let's just keep it the way it is.
Yes, I don't give a shit about any of that. Give me lower ratings, baby.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we got 2 shows here. Going to mostly focus on the Conn Smythe, but we have had some other awards announced recently we haven't touched on. Of course, make sure you check out the SGPN app, get your free picks and podcasts for every sport to keep you covered when there are off nights like tonight. But we have The final awards will be announced Thursday pregame. That's going to be the Hart and the Vezina, which, due to a photo leak, seems like it's going to be Hellebuck winning both of those. We know the Calder yesterday or Monday was Lane Hudson. Cale Makar got the Norris today, and Barkov got the Selke last week. I think that's all really we cared about betting wise. And Jack Adams, Spencer Carberry there, but Cale Makar, second Norris Trophy, very much on a career Hall of Fame path here.
Right, nothing too surprising. The only one still with any argument was the Hart Trophy, and it seems like it's pretty definitive now that it's Hellebuck. But yeah, first of all, I want to go back to the Jack Adams. I don't think that I was surprised that Martin St. Louis was so far behind Scott Arniel in particular. I don't know why he had so much respect. I guess maybe because Canadians' run was so late in the season, and the broadcasters, those ones who vote on that award, were already set in their minds. They already made their minds up that it was, Carberry, and then Scott Arniel. I still don't understand the logic behind that. Yeah, they won the President's Trophy, but the Jets were very good last year, and it's mostly the same team again. That one didn't make any sense to me. Martin St. Louis did a lot better job coaching than Scott Arniel did with the Jets, I thought. Especially because Hellebuck had an historical season. So I thought that Hellebuck should deserve the credit for the Jets' success. Not to the extent of winning the Hart, to be fair, to be clear, but in terms of the coaching, I thought Martin St. Louis, the way he got those guys going, especially after the Four Nations when they made the run, he deserved more love. He would have made me a fucking millionaire if Martin St. Louis won the Jack Adams. I still maintain a little bit of hope for that, but no, clearly that was wildly wrong. But yeah, that was interesting. Cale Makar, of course.
I want to chime in here on the Jack Adams. That's a great point because Scott Arniel should not have gotten the votes there. It's Hellebuck. If you're giving Hellebuck the Vezina runaway, and then the Hart, like you can't give the coach credit for that. I mean, I guess better defensive system or whatever, but that I think looking back on it, people would be like, yeah, maybe I should have voted for Martin St. Louis because credit to Carberry, he came in a bunch of free agent trade additions in the offseason, but maybe that's more of the GM credit. Maybe the coach does get some credit for those guys meshing well and just letting them play their game. But like the Canadians are the team that exceeded expectations the most, and not to see Martin St. Louis even in second place was shocking for me.
I don't have a problem with the Carberry vote.
No, me either. Yeah.
Scott Arniel. I don't know why that was such a runaway second place guy. Like Martin St. Louis only got 2 first place votes out of like I don't know how many guys voted, but it was wildly behind the other 2 guys. Yeah, Carberry. Yeah, he also got some peripheral residual effect from last year when he got a push towards the end of the season. So there were also people who can give me credit for that. Like the Capitals should not have made the playoffs last year either, and he got them over the line. So yeah, Carberry, deserving winner. Yeah, I don't understand this card. Not that it makes sense betting wise because you don't get any money for the second place Jack Adams, but I still had an issue with it. But that's just award stuff. You're always going to find something to complain about.
Yeah, exactly. And then you were talking about Cale Makar then with the Norris.
Yeah, that was a pretty obvious one, especially once the Blue Jackets didn't make the playoffs. Rensky had a brilliant season, probably almost as good as Makar overall. But for him to win the award, the Blue Jackets would have had to make the playoffs, and they had a chance at the end of the season with 2 games left, and they fell just a bit short. But yeah, Quinn Hughes still got 2 first place votes, and I'd bet my bottom dollar that one of those guys was Thomas Drance in Vancouver.
You can check it. You can check the.
Is it already up?
Yeah, no, it's already up as soon as they announce it. I can try.
All right, find that for me.
I can find that while you're talking.
I would lay a pretty hefty wager that he got Drance's vote there for first place. The other ones, Barkov, that was an easy one. Reinhardt, I guess maybe made a little bit of push, but he doesn't have the same kind of name brand value that Barkov does just yet, or probably ever will. What else happened? There was
Thomas Drance had Cale Makar first. Now I gotta go through them and see who had Quinn Hughes first.
Oh my word! I guess he just
Quinn Hughes was Dylan Lukes from the Hockey News Minnesota. So shout out him, I guess, for the Quinn Hughes love.
Yeah, there were 2 first place votes, but
there were 2.
there were
Okay, and then
2.
we had Daniel Wagner from Glacier Media. Is the other one.
Okay, well, credit to those guys. I guess Trans had to ding him for not making the playoffs and just missing too much time. Because if Quinn Hughes played the whole season, he would have been a lot more recognized in that voting. But yeah, I'm surprised that Trans didn't, considering he's been banging the drum for years now that Quinn Hughes is better than Kale McCarr. But anyway, yeah, for the Calder, yeah, that was probably our biggest win. Unfortunately, we lost a bit with Celebrini. We cut into our Lane Hudson profits, but that was still the best.
It was your biggest win. I was able to salvage some on him because I was on Michkov early. Then I joined Celebrini. I didn't get the numbers you got on Hudson early. What did you get, and when did you place him?
I tend to use the royal we. It's not.
I'm aware. I want to give you credit because I think you bet. Did you bet some of him preseason?
Oh yeah, 12-1, 10-1. I was betting him like throughout the first third of the season. Then it was celebrating the second third of the season, and then the third third of the season, I was just like sitting on my ass, not knowing what to do. And apparently, I should have just been betting more late Hudson. But that's the way she goes. But at least we finally made some money on the Calder. It's been a bit of a bugaboo the past few years in that market. What else is there? There was there's one more.
Norris, Selke, Barkov, clear runaway there. Reinhardt was second.
Yeah, Vezina is going to be hard.
Vezina's going to be Hellebuck. I'm the heart. I'm just we were talking about it before. I'm just disappointed. There's no like that leak of the Hellebuck stuff. Like you're doing that stuff so far in advance. Like there's going to be somebody that leaks something out there. I know all the legals and even most of the offshores don't have odds up, but I'm sure some of those peer-to-peer exchanges I've seen in the
Poly market.
The Poly market, the Deep Dive Discord, I think posted in there, like he's up to like 98%. So, yeah, unfortunately for us, Hellebuck is likely going to win the Hart. We'll find out tomorrow before Game 4. Kucherov or Draisaitl would have been great. McKinnon would have been fantastic, but Hart Trophy going to fuck us in the ass this year.
Right. I made the point multiple times, but Hellebuck's success, like no doubt about it, he's been top 3 goalie for sure, and he's put up some ridiculous numbers, but a lot of that has to do with the way the Jets play. And when the Jets played in the playoffs, they did not provide the same kind of defensive support, the same kind of defensive environment that they did in the regular season, and that's a large reason why Hellebuck did not succeed in the playoffs, which goes to show that he's not the reason why they were so good defensively and all that. It was more like the team structure and all that. So just giving him all the credit, making him win the Hart, I thought that was kind of bullshit. But anyway.
Yeah, I guess I don't remember what his numbers were in the regular season. Like, were they?
To be fair, there weren't any really prime contenders. Like Draisaitl missed. That's another thing.
It's
the reason why we're betting Draisaitl is because we kept expecting him to play before the end of the regular season.
It's bullshit that this guy misses 3-4 games at the end of the year. Oh, he's off my ballot. He's not going to the first place vote when he was. I mean, very impressive for Draisaitl. Yeah, he's carrying a team that also has Connor McDavid. Even if McDavid was out or not playing 100%, like he was incredible, as was McKinnon. But those late season injuries,
he easily won the Rocket Richard despite missing all those games.
Yeah, and I think we discussed it when it came out. Or maybe even not. The Ted Lindsay, which is the voted on by the players, was given to. Was that Kucherov?
It should be.
It should be Kucherov right now. Yeah, it was Kucherov this year. Yeah. But Russian bias, whatever bias there is, likely going to Connor Hellebuck there. Connor Hellebuck finished with a 2.00 goals against average, 9.25 save percentage, 8 shutouts, all career best for him. Whatever, I guess. Like there's no runaway skater, but I just don't like it. Don't like it. You need like a true dominant goalie carrying a team to be the Hart Trophy winner, I think.
No doubt. Yeah, it's a lot of that has to do with team success, right? Like you win the President's Trophy, you're going to get a big boost from that.
Yeah. Right. There are some long shot awards out for next season. We'll get into that at some point. We do have plenty to talk about here. You have anything quick you want to shout out before we get to the ads and then Conn Smythe?
I mean, my money is going to be all in Demidov. Like
Demidov plus 250.
Plus 250, yeah. He's going to be in multiple parlays. I'm going to be betting him for till the cows come home, I think, because I don't see anyone else really threatening him. Like, this guy is next level. He's better than Michkov. He's better than Bedard, I think. Celebrini, I think, might be on his level, but no. And you're getting much better odds for Demidov than he did certainly for Connor Bedard, and he won in a runaway despite missing a lot of the season in his rookie year. But that's the only real takeaway. I mean, we could talk about Jack Adams in the future. This is off-season conversation. Not a lot of these.
More stuff for your Ducks though, with them going out and getting Chris Kreider.
That's true. We could mention that. Is it official now?
It's not official. What I've seen today now is Kreider was asked about it over the weekend. He was like, "Yeah, I do it," and now he's like realizing it's like official. Like, if we get your approval, we're trading you, and like he's mulling it over because he has no trade clause. He's kind of he hasn't won anything, but he's kind of a franchise legend there. I saw some discussions about if he should have like his number retired or whatnot. So tough decision for him. I mean,
number retired. I don't know about that.
I don't think so. But apparently,
Rangers are too proud for that. Come on.
Yeah, no, you got to win something. You got to win something.
Yeah. It was the Kings. They put a fucking statue up for him, no doubt.
Yeah, but looking at the Calder odds, how about the Wild defenseman Zeev Buium 12-1? I'm not sure if he has the Brock Faber status, but yeah, I think Demidov at plus 250. He'll be playing top 6 for the Canadians. There's talk of them going out to get a center to play with him, so that's a good look there.
I just really like his game, and I'm hearing like all kinds of brilliant comments about his performances there in Russia, and then he just immediately took over games when it came to the Canadians. So it's going to be hard to overtake him, I think, as long as he stays healthy. That should be a winning bet. For the Ducks, though, it could be another fleecing of Patford Beak by Chris Drury. They got rid of Jacob Trouba for nothing. Now they're going to get rid of the Kreider contract probably for nothing. Might even get some return for that. I don't know what the Ducks are doing with the Rangers there, but I don't like that. I do not like the Chris Kreider signing for them because they're not ready to win. And Chris Kreider, that's the kind of guy that you need to put on a team that's ready to win because he's not going to last too much longer.
I mean, they could win soon if their young guys take a step forward. But yeah, this is off-season conversation there. Get into that if it actually happens. All right, we are brought to you by Edge Boost, the first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved. No usage fees, no minimums. You can earn cashback rewards, and there's 100% approval for all betting deposits. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN, and this is the last week to sign up and get a free Refs Are Terrorists t-shirt. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/refs to claim your free t-shirt. And of course, the Circa Ultimate Fantasy Football giveaway. Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas is giving away the Ultimate Fantasy Football experience for a 12-person league to draft in Vegas and be treated like VIPs for their stay. Get a limo ride, a $5,000 tab for stadium swim, and a hotel stay for the entire 12-person league. And you can always get 15% off all the Circa properties with promo code SGP15. Enter the Ultimate Fantasy Football Contest for free at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/circa. That is sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CIRCA. All right, Joel, anything else before we get into these Conn Smythe odds here?
Giver.
All right, I put together this little spreadsheet here. I got the top contenders here for the Calder for the Conn Smythe. Sorry, there. Bennett, McDavid, Marchand, Bob, Draisaitl, and Barkov. I got their odds, I got their goals, I got their points, and then their Stanley Cup Final stats so far here. Let's just go player by player, looking at these guys. Let me put this over here so people can see the whole screen. Sam Bennett, the best odds out there are plus 140. He has 14 goals, 20 points the entire playoffs. If he has a few more goals, he could tie Zach Hyman, reach one of these records, that hasn't reached since like the 90s. 4 goals, 4 points in the Stanley Cup Final so far. I see him minus odds at some books. I've seen that somewhere, and that's just insane to me. Like he has the path right now. He has the inside track, but we have potentially 4 games left.
Right, and it's meaningful that at market making books, he is minus odds, like the books that take the highest money from bettors who aren't limited. So that is meaningful, and that's giving me pause to maybe betting someone else at the moment, even though I do think that Barkov at 45-1 is pretty ridiculous considering how quickly things can change. But that's really what it comes down to. Like the last few games here are going to be decisive still. So at minus odds, I certainly am not looking at Sam Bennett's, but he certainly is the deserving favorite at this point with how many goals he scored. He's going to be in the top echelon of goal scorers in the playoffs. And, the fact that he had a middling regular season is irrelevant when he's getting all this credit. Plus he's doing all these intangible things, running into goalies and just laying hits, setting up plays as well. Like that breakaway goal, like who did he lay out? That started the whole play. Like he just crushed somebody and then scored that sick goal on the 2-0 basically. That was probably the ceiling Conn Smythe moment if the Panthers win, but there's still some space left in this series. So yeah, Bennett is certainly the deserving favorites. McDavid is pretty much 1-1, I think, if the Oilers win. So if you want to bet the Oilers series, you just bet McDavid, Conn Smythe. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be a hard ask for Draisaitl to do it. If anyone could, he can. Like he can go on like a Rantanen run and just score a whole bunch of goals, but likely a good discount there for McDavid to win the Conn Smythe as opposed to Oilers series. And
well, before we go on even past Bennett here, I think if you don't have any Bennett Conn Smythe yet and you're worried about him winning it, just bet him to score every game. Bet him to have 2 points. He's plus 185 on DraftKings to score. If he scores, his Conn Smythe odds are going to skyrocket there, like we saw with Bob last year. He's 4-1 to get 2 points in the game. Like, I feel like if you're worried, if you don't have any Bennett, plus 140, I guess, when he's minus odds at some sharp books, it might be worth taking, but take some, game by game props, take some shots on goal, maybe parlay goal scorer with Panthers to win. And that gets you to probably, 250 or something like that. I mean, I know you want the long-term bet, but I feel like that's a short-term bet that if it wins, it aligns with Bennett. And I think if the Panthers lose, McDavid takes over as the favorite, possibly closer to even money.
I would stay away from just the Bennett props myself. I would rather bet the Conn Smythe at these plus 140 odds than the goal scorer, because he already has it in the bag as long as somebody doesn't do something ridiculous for the Panthers. Like if Marchand goes off, okay, he can lose. Bobrovsky, couple shutouts. I don't see that happening. Barkov would be a bit of a worry if he dominates a couple games and he gets more recognition at the end of the day and steals the vote. But I don't know. Like I wouldn't factor Bennett into the. Like I wouldn't bet Bennett to score a goal in relation to the Conn Smythe. Just bet him to score a goal because he's so fucking good. That's my point. Like,
but
I'd rather bet him for Conn Smythe than just to score a goal.
But if he doesn't score again in the series, like you imagine Marchand gets another few points, he takes over. Maybe Barkov has a game.
I'm not talking about the series, though. You're talking about the one game that he scores a goal.
Yeah, but you can get him to score and the Panthers to win is like plus 260. And if you take that every game, or if you think the Panthers are going to win, take that. Like that's maybe more of a conversation. Like I feel like it's good both ways. I don't think there's a bad way to play it. I think it's just your personal preference of Conn Smythe versus game by game. I mean, you may disagree with that, but I feel like that's kind of, fair to say.
Right, but the way that the things are going right now, he's got firm control of the Conn Smythe Trophy, regardless. At the moment, like something could go off, but if things stay status quo, he doesn't need to score 2 more goals to win it. And yeah, so if you want to bet that's fine. It probably is a good bet considering he has 8 goals in his last 8 games. So the odds would suggest that you should bet that regardless. But in relation to the Conn Smythe, I won't look at that as a way to like hedge. Like say you have Marchand at huge numbers. Okay, I'm going to bet Bennett to score a goal. Like I'd rather just bet the Bennett Conn Smythe thing and get out of it that way. That's the way I've been doing it.
That's fair enough there. And just, it's amazing seeing people, like, it's interesting seeing people that aren't in the betting space at all discussing like who should win the Conn Smythe. Like I saw a post on Reddit. It was like, oh, Bobrovsky's going to win it if the Panthers win it. Marchand hasn't locked up. Like all these different takes. They're like, oh, if the Oilers win, it's going to be Draisaitl. Like it's like when these talking heads late in the NBA season were going SGA versus Jokic for MVP, and like it was like minus 1,000 odds. Like that's what it reminded me of.
Fair enough. Yeah, there's a lot of noise. You got to be able to wade through the swamp of that noise and find the signal. And I'm seeing a lot of noise for Bobrovsky, which has never made sense to me. Like all the smart people I listen to, Bobrovsky's not even on the radar. Like he's not the reason why the Panthers are winning these games. He's not the representation of their identity. Look at that huge ass flop in Game 3. Although you could say maybe who was the other flopper in Game 3 that the Kane hit?
Oh, the Kane. It was on a defenseman. It might have been Mikola or
Mikola.
Yeah,
Mikola.
One of those guys in front.
But yeah, it's if I had to make a bet now at these numbers, it's still Barkov at 45-1, considering how much he doesn't have to do much because he's still getting so much credit for what he does, especially in Game 3, the way they were able to shut down McDavid. So yeah, if you're just entering this virginally, then I would go with Barkov here at 45-1. But I do think that the top of the board is fairly accurate. I would just counsel against betting Bobrovsky there at 8-1. And yeah.
Let's. I mean, I think this could be the time to get in on McDavid at plus 280. Like everyone's overreacting to the blowout in Game 3. I've seen people talking about taking the Oilers because Panthers haven't won both home games 3 and 4 or 1 and 2, or no, 3 and 4 because they've been the road team every time in any series yet. So, we're getting Oilers money line plus 130 around there. If you get McDavid plus 280 and they win the game, he likely has 2 or 3 points, and that comes down to even with Bennett, if not better. So I'm considering doing that because I have I'm going to profit a lot if Bennett, Marchand, or Barkov wins the Conn Smythe, and same thing with Bob. But this might be the time to take some McDavid plus 280 because I don't know. I like the Panthers game for it, but I think the Oilers could sneak one out there.
Yeah. Like I said, McDavid is almost 1-1. Like Draisaitl will have to go absolutely nuclear. Hashtag nuke is the term of these playoffs for both the NBA and the NHL for whatever reason. But I like it. I like nukes, bombs away. But McDavid certainly makes a lot more sense than betting Oilers series at a much. Not too much stupid price. What, 210, 215?
Yeah, they had around 215, 220 maybe.
Yeah, so it's just a better price there for the Oilers. And even when Draisaitl's going nuts, like chances are McDavid is assisting on those goals.
Yep, exactly there. Then we have Marchand at 7-1. He also has 4 goals in the Stanley Cup Final, same as Sam Bennett. He has 8 goals in the playoffs, 18 points to Bennett's 14 and 20. Everyone loves him. He has the narrative of coming over, just being himself, lifting the Panthers up, being the guy there. Could maybe get some more media love than Bennett because he's, Bennett could see, a few votes just not getting because of his quote unquote dirty play. Like I could just see voters just going with Marchand, going with Bob, going with Barkov over him for that reason. So, Marchand.
There's no Maple Leafs fucking voters in the.
You don't know that there could be a Toronto national writer that's covering it. Yeah,
right. There probably is like fucking James Myrtle or some bullshit.
Yeah, and there's some Canadian. There's definitely Canadian voters that are going to be.
Okay.
Sam Bennett. Yeah. So, I think I don't know though. Looking at just the total goals for the playoffs, like 14 versus 8. Like I want to say Marchand's a better bet than Bennett at 7-1, but I feel like at this point it's just kind of wait and see. It's just, but if Bennett goes off, he's going to be a huge favorite after Game 4. That's the only hesitance there. Bob 8-1. Maybe if he gets a shutout, he can win it. Maybe if these guys somehow split votes and Bob's on enough first place, second place ballots, he gets it. But I feel like he has to do something incredible, like a shutout. maybe a shutout, another like 1-goal game, maybe a shutout in the clinching game could potentially get it for them. But like if they win in 5 on the road to clinch it, get a shutout there. But I just think the Panthers, one of these forwards is going to win it.
The path for Bobrovsky is that we can't see as many penalties as we've seen in the first 3 games, especially game 3. That the games tighten up naturally towards the end of the series. People hang on to their butts more. They're not willing to make so many mistakes. So there's should be lower scoring games going forward. So naturally his numbers should rise, and maybe he builds a narrative that way. If nobody else for the Panthers does anything of note, like maybe just gets more depth scoring from guys like Eetu Luostarinen or who else? Maybe Matthew Tkachuk. He gets back in the mix.
Evan Rodriguez or chat. Adam and Hal are going off about how Erod has been profitable for them on the power play points in every game of the series so far. I mean, he's, I think, one of the unsung heroes on, just plays top line, plays second line, second power play unit. I wouldn't mind taking some props for Erod, Hal, and Adam. I know you guys are asking there in the chat.
Right. So yeah, there's still a slight chance for Bobrovsky to win, but 8-1 is still not getting me to the window whatsoever.
Yeah, and you got Draisaitl 14-1. He would have to go nuclear, as we said. But McDavid now 5 straight Stanley Cup Final games without a point. I mean, maybe he's turning in. Maybe he should go to Toronto. He'd be a perfect there with Austin Matthews just disappearing in the big games.
Now you just.
Nothing from you there.
You're just fucking baiting the clicks.
And then Barkov, 45-1. I mean, I made a pie chart earlier. I was gonna share it, but I don't know where it is at this point. Just that's implied what, like 3% chance of winning it or something. Like if Bennett gets maybe only one more goal, Marchand only has assists, and Barkov has like a 3-point game on Thursday night, he's right back in there at 7-1 maybe, if not shorter.
Absolutely. And like I was saying earlier, as these games become lower scoring, you're not going to see as much production out of the top line from the Oilers, and Barkov will get credited for that, along with Bobrovsky perhaps. But yeah, considering the odds, Barkov is certainly far more live.
Yeah, absolutely. There. After Barkov, I mean, it's all 100-1 or longer. Verhaeghe, Tkachuk, Reinhart. They're not winning. It's one of these 6. It's really one of these 5 without Draisaitl, I feel like, and hopefully one of these 4 without Bob there. But we'll see what ends up happening there. I did see that Bet365 has position of Conn Smythe winner, like center, is like hugely favored. I guess they have Marchand listed as a center at Bet365 because winger is like just a huge price. I'm not sure if Marchand's ever played center in his life, but apparently Bet365 thinks so.
What's the winger price then?
Well, I'm trying to pull it up here on my futures. Conn Smythe Trophy position of winner.
Would they classify Draisaitl as a winger?
They changed it here to just forward -800, goaltender 5-1. So they changed it. They probably got some questions about that and tidied that up a bit.
Interesting. Yeah, that you're going to get confused because sometimes Draisaitl plays the wing, sometimes he plays center.
Exactly. You got to get clarification there. Yeah. All right. We are also brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is going long for the NBA Finals with their extender bonus, hopping game 1, and the longer the series goes, the bigger the bonus gets. Here's a sign up with promo code HGP to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code HGP. And, of course, we got Rhythm with their power trends, AI-detected patterns where Rhythm's model has consistently won with a high return on investments. Power trends are updated daily and exclusive to Rhythm. No touts, no noise, just clean data-backed bets. Download the Rhythm app, check out Power Trends, and start betting smarter. We'll be. So get your 7-day free trial, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. And of course, mybookie.ag is your place to bet on every sport, including the finals here, Stanley Cup. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of locations. Easy deposit and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. All right, Joel, any final thoughts on Conn Smythe before we take a quick look here at Game 4?
I'm burned out on Conn Smythe. Just fucking shoot me in the head.
I never thought that would happen with you. You love talking Conn Smythe.
I do, but not when I'm saying the same thing again and again and again.
We gotta get Archer in. We gotta get Archie in here.
No, really take a shotgun to the head.
So Game 4 here, we got Oilers plus 130, Panthers minus 155, over 6.5 plus 105, under 6.5 minus 125. Oilers plus 130 is looking enticing there.
Right, yeah. Once again, wrong on the line movement, I guess. Because Nugent Hopkins continues to be a huge question mark. He was a non-factor Game 3. He looks pretty banged up. Still expect him to play, even though he's once again a game-time decision, according to Chris Knobloch. Liar who lies. And the total line moved against us, according to our last show. But I can understand this one. Like, I kind of like the Oilers a little bit more here at plus 130, but the total I'm a little waffly on, because my reasoning for liking the Oilers more now is that I do think that they button up better defensively, that they are more disciplined. They can't show any they can't show the lack of composure that they did in Game 3, and I do think that they come out with a purpose. But that kind of leads to the under 6.5. But at minus 125, I'm not interested really in the total at this point, because it could go either way, considering how much offensive firepower and how many high danger chances have been going on in this series in all 3 games. But I do like the Oilers money line a little bit more now at plus 130, considering the fact that they had a couple days off to regroup, and they're getting shit on by everybody. They just threw their temper tantrum in that game. So I could only look at the Oilers here at plus 130. Big story, though, is how the Panthers just dominate in the second period. The way they demolished the Oilers defense. The Oilers in their own zone because of the long change there. They can't get the new guys in the ice, and Panthers generate all this offensive pressure. They've outscored the Oilers significantly in the second period. So maybe a little prop bet, live bet during the game would be a second period Panthers, but I still expect the Oilers to come out strong, finish the game strong. So the plus 130, I think, would be the only bet I'm looking to make at this point for Game 4.
Yeah, love that. Love that period talk there. I love the second period over 1.5 has hit, I think, in every game so far. At least the last 2, I was able to hit that. Panthers absolutely dominate the second period in the playoffs, outscoring the opposition 26-13, while the Oilers are getting outscored 21-20 in the second period. Third period, both teams are pretty good. Oilers tend to turn it on, but Panthers 29-17, Oilers 28-17. But I'm also considering looking at the first period under 1.5. That is at plus 110. I threw a free bet last game on first period under, game total over, and it looked good until, the final few minutes there. The Panthers finally got their second goal of the first period. I believe it was on the power play. Yeah, Carter Verhaeghe on the power play. I expect a much more disciplined game out of the Oilers, tighten it up. So I do like that first period under 1.5 at plus 110.
I don't know about the
it's
first
been high.
period.
It's been high flying every first period.
And the penalties have been rolling. Like,
yeah,
the refs are starting to
keep roll. The throwback right there.
It's like the refs are trying to send a message to the players, like cut the shit out. And in Game 3, they did not cut the shit out. They just
I think that message was sent though third period of last game. I feel like McDavid in that locker room is like, I said, like, stop fucking taking high sticking penalties. They're not calling shit besides high sticking, delay of game, and too many men. Hook them, slash them. They're not calling that shit unless it's egregious. Like, play smart, play a tight checking game, go out there, show we can win a 2-1 game like we've done before. That's why I'm looking to that first period under plus 110. If you want to parlay that with the over 6.5, thinking the Panthers might get a few in the second and third, it gets you 6-1. Like, I feel like that's that's something to worth looking at. I may throw a free bet on that again, but I think I'll wait for the period man's approval in the Discord. But I do like that first period under.
All right, I'm not going to argue too much. Just be wary, because I wouldn't be surprised if we see a bunch more penalties in the first period.
Yeah, no, I'm not slamming anything too big there. I definitely could see a few penalties there in the first period. But also wanted to just tout ourselves a little bit for the no game to have 10 goals. It's up to minus 260 now. We had it at minus 145 before game 3. Also, series most shots on goal here. Evan Bouchard is up to minus 8,000 here on DraftKings. So hoping he comes through for me. Bouchard shots on goal props. He's had 7, 8, and 9 in games 1, 2, and 3. Just take the ladder there. Give that out on the flagship. You guys got to get it in there as well. I also do like McDavid. Some McDavid props. He rarely goes pointless in back-to-back games. So
yeah, I think he's going to be fired up after hearing Stephen A. Smith call this shit out like anybody pays attention to him. Stephen A. Smith trying to talk hockey was pretty.
ESPN is this. I mean, this isn't a Stanley Cup conversation, but ESPN is like worse than TMZ right now. It just like TMZ is at least they're shitty, but they report facts. Like they report what's happening. ESPN just like, oh, what's happening here? What can we create? It's just all fucking bullshit drama.
Absolutely, which works in the NBA because it is all drama anyway, but not a serious sport.
Exactly there.
Is Tyrese Halliburton a superstar? Superstar. Apparently, that's a big thing. Yeah. If he wins, then he is.
Yeah. No, exactly. I'm going to get to the puck bucks real quick. I'm just taking the first period under 1.5, plus 110. Just put 10 puck bucks on that. You still have Oilers plus 124. And the over at plus 100 for 10 puck bucks each. So no need to add anything there unless you want to.
No.
All right then.
No. We talk about balancing portfolios. We have to balance our puck buck portfolio. So I might have to. No. I have McDavid a little bit, I think.
Wait, let me find the sheet. This was before the Stanley Cup Final. What we had. You have some McDavid 350, 450, minus 150. I have some 50. I don't have any Marchand. Neither of us has Marchand there.
I definitely did at one point. I know I did at 30-1. There he is on the screen, dude.
Oh, okay. I'm telling. I said this sheet is going into the.
That was before game 3.
Going into the Stanley Cup Final. So anything we've added since then, I don't have on that sheet. So yeah, you got Marchand there 30-1. That's a fantastic bet there. Fantastic bet by you.
Well, I don't know. It's not a great bet, but give me Bennett plus 140.
Do you not have? You don't have any Bennett?
No Bennett.
No.
So we're balancing portfolios here. This is a live example of what it's like to do this shit. But.
140. How much you want on that?
Just 25.
25. Yeah, I'm realizing here I don't have any. I have Bob Barkov. I got some Reinhardt in there. I don't have any Marchand or Reinhardt or Bennett, I should say there. But
for the show, it's probably going to be losing Conn Smythe with all those Barkov bets.
I'll take Marchand. Conn Smythe 7-1. I'll put 20 pop bucks on that. I gotta at least get something there. If everybody wins it, yeah. I think he has what it takes. In the third line, just dominates, especially on the road. And like Luosterainen's going to get one here. He was plus 550 to score, I believe. Tomorrow, Thursday night, I gave that out on the flagship as well. I think that's a good look there. He leads the Panthers in individual expected goals, tied for the lead with 5 high danger chances at 5.5. So 550 for him to score a goal.
All right.
Right. Joel, what do you have here for the U.S. Open starting tomorrow?
Yeah. I'm basically just doubling down on what I was saying on Monday when you were half on, half off.
Yes.
John Rahm is my guy this tournament. I'd like to back Scotty Scheffler, but at lower than 3-1, it's not looking very enticing. I do have John Rahm 13-1, I bet Continental European at 7-1. So you get a bunch of good guys. You get Rom, you get Aberg, you get Sepp Straka, you get Victor Hovland, who's been a pretty fancy pick for this tournament. So that's a good big bet there. And doubling down with Rom too, I got Aberg at like 28-1. You can see 30-1 on the screen that Ryan pulled up. I like that quite a bit. He's been hit or miss, but he typically performs well in majors, usually in the running at some point. And yeah, so we're just looking down the board because you could just bet Scotty Scheffler and be done with it, but it's not a lot of fun. And with these majors, it's just about having fun. Try to hit one of these long shots. To be transparent, I haven't hit an outright in golf other than Scotty Scheffler since like Justin Rose won Pebble Beach like over a year ago.
So what I've learned about you and the Discord and whatnot with betting golf is just bet it live Saturday or Sunday, right? Yeah. Like that's
I've learned that about myself as well. I've just given up on these outrights, but for a major, I gotta have some fun. I gotta bet some guys that people are talking about, smart people are talking about. We got some nationality bets. Like I like Shane Lowry, Top Creek, Britain, and Ireland. We're fading Rory McIlroy, who has performed terribly in the practice round. Apparently,
he was presented a jersey by the Leafs, and then he missed the cut next tournament.
Yes. Yeah, you got the Leafs shit stain. What else do I like? We're fading Justin Thomas. Apparently, he's if you miss the fairway on this course, like you're fucked. And he misses a lot of fairways with how deep the rough is. And we like Shane Lowry, like I mentioned, especially if it rains, which it's supposed to do on the weekend. He typically performs very well, being from Ireland and all that. He performs well in the rain. So Shane Lowry props. Yeah, fading Justin Thomas, fading Rory. Tyrrell Hatton, 60-1. That's not the best line, I don't think, but the Tyrrell Hatton props are okay. Down the board, we got Rasmus Højgaard at 300-1. This guy is always somewhere in the mix. Like this guy's having a hell of a season. I'm not sure what he is at the moment.
225 is the
no, that's Rasmus Nørgaard.
Oh, sorry. Rasmus Højgaard. You got 300-1.
There you go. Yeah, all right. That's the long shot of the tournament. Oh, Phil Mickelson, right below him there, also at 300-1. We like him for.
He's still alive.
He's still alive, and he's apparently killing it.
He's kicking. Tour. He's still alive. And kicking. Yeah. Jonathan Vegas. That's Knuckleheads boys, right? I was going to ask you about any first round leaders because FanDuel has a note about that. We got to get Nux on for that.
Yes. Yeah. I just tail Nux on the first round leader, but Phil Mickelson, low senior. I got him at plus 105. That's at 365. Maybe bet him to make the cut. He typically performs well at US Opens. He's been very good on the Live Tour. Just shot one of the best shots of the tournament a couple of weeks ago at Live Virginia, I think it was. Those are my rough thoughts here on the US Open. Also miscut Rory, Justin Thomas, Patrick Cantlay plus 220. We're gonna have a big card, but as usual, probably going to give away all our Cale Makar Norris bets here. Just betting another major. Yeah. Thankfully, we don't have to waste more money on the playoff thanks to it finally coming home.
Yeah. Yes.
What was it? The Masters, right?
Yeah, been a lot of playoffs. Masters last weekend, whatever. I know it wasn't a major, but that was last weekend there as well.
True.
Plenty of good stuff there. And we'll be back tomorrow night after the game. We can see how your bets are doing and if you've shifted any live bets as of yet.
Maybe a Friday show. I don't know.
Maybe Friday show. All right. Well, we'll see.
Up to you. I can do it if you want to.
I'm good to go as late. If you're going to the bar tomorrow, we can do after.
I like to be informed about this stuff, not just come home and drunk and just getting out thoughts of what I thought.
I understand. We'll see how the game's going. I'm probably good either way. Game 5 is Saturday, so. Yeah, we'll see if we go Thursday after the game or Friday would be probably around 9 Eastern, I would imagine. Keep an eye out on the YouTube, Hockey on the Podcast. Subscribe, like, comment there. Also on Twitter at HockeySGPN. We'll try to keep you guys updated on our schedule. Discord, sg.pn/Discord, and subscribe on Apple and Spotify. Okay, I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at @rgilbertsop.
I'm Joel Meyer. You'll find me loading up the M60. Let's go, Rombo. Let's go, Thunder.
See ya.